Hello YouTube, it is Randomly Weird Jeff, and I'm coming at you with a new game that I've been wanting to play. It's not relatively new, it's been out since 2020, but it's called Britannic, Patroness of the Mediterranean. And this is basically the story that you get to live out of the youngest sister of the Olympic class White Star Line ships. Her sisters, you may know their names, RMS Olympic and RMS Titanic. HMS Britannic was the final of the three, and she sank on November the 21st, 1916, after she struck a mine near the Greek island of Kea. So, come with me, and we are going to explore Britannic. So, we're going to jump right into this. We're going to tour the ship. We're going to see her as an ocean liner. We are going to go here to the forward grand staircase. And here we are, the first class forward grand staircase. You can kind of see that the developers of this game have really put a lot of work into this. Let's take a walk around and see how much we can see here. The lifts that they had, or as we would call them, elevators. And you're looking at A deck. Of course, also the beautiful and famous clock. And the reason why areas are blocked off is because they are, I assume, still working on the ship. So you'll be able to go to more places and visit more rooms. But it also simulates what was going on when she was being transformed into a hospital ship. They had to take everything that would be used for passenger service off of the ship and store it in the hopes that when she came back to passenger service, they could just reload her and keep going. So that's what that is basically all about. Sadly, they would not do that because Britannic would sink in the Aegean. We're just kind of taking a little bit of a walk around here and checking everything out. I don't think we can go through those doors yet, but it looks like we may be able to go through these. And what we're seeing now is cabins. That says crew only. Let's see if we can go further down a little bit. Of course we can. There we go. And I believe this is the purser's office. You can't go down any further, but you kind of get an idea of how grand this thing must have been in real life. And we can go through these doors here. And what you're seeing is cabins. Had them all over the place. These details are really good, by the way, too. I really enjoy seeing them. And there's the bow of Britannic. And when we turn back, we go all the way back down. And that will conclude the grand staircase. Well, I think that's about as much as we can get here, so let's go look somewhere else. And we are in the Regal Suite. Definitely a very ornate area in the ship. Obviously, first class. Second and third would not have had accommodations like these. This was about as high class as you could get. Almost something that a royal could travel in. As Cal said in Titanic, we are royalty, Rose. But to be fair, the majority of revenue for the White Star Line and other shipping companies was not the rich and famous, actually. It was their steerage class. The rich did it for business or pleasure, and the poor did it out of necessity. Well, I think that concludes everything here in the Regal Suite. Let's keep moving. Here we are in the Georgian Suite. And this is absolutely nice too. One thing about the creators, they really did their research into these ships to give us the most accurate portrayal that they possibly can. And I have to say, I think they did a wonderful, wonderful job. Because I am enjoying this right now. Just taking it all in. That's a nice sink. It's a nice wash basin. The bed. What can we see out of here? Oh yeah, Belfast. That's where we're at right now. A snack, anyone? I think they were expecting us. The fireplace and the clock. The light fixtures. Well, I think that's about for this suite. I think that's about it. Let's go to the next one. And here we are at the swimming bath. And these were exclusive only to first class people. Second class and third class would never have seen this room. Only the rich and famous could access this. You had all your changing stalls. The water could also be heated. It would bring in fresh seawater. Look at the water actually running. Very opulent, very classy. Really gives you an idea of what the builders put into this ship. I mean, they spared absolutely nothing. They have not been able to get into Titanic's pool area at the wreck because the night that she sank, these watertight doors right here were actually closed. And they remain closed to this day. They want to get into that area eventually, but as of right now, these doors are blocking that off. And I believe that leads up to the second class area. But this is where, if you were rich and you wanted to come for a swim, this is where you would have been. Alright, let's move to the next one. And now we will descend into the belly of the ship. Straight into the boiler room. Boiler room 6, to be exact. This is where the belly of the Leviathan was fed to give her all the speed she needed. Right here we come to a coal bunker. And then when you turn around, yeah, you're looking at the boilers. These things were working round the clock. You see all the coals burning in there. These boilers were just massive. Just huge. All the coal they would just shovel in. And the detail was really good too. Now this is a watertight door, right here, like what the Olympic and Titanic had. These were supposed to be the defense of the ship, should she be taken on water. And this is, I believe, the fireman's passage. This allowed them to get to their cabins and get to work. These could also be shut by a switch on the bridge, and I believe they had to be opened manually. So, go back. No, I think we're going the wrong way. Ha! Yeah, I don't know my way around here. I would have got lost. It would have been real easy. And this is about as far as we can go. This is it, guys. Up this little piece right here, and sadly we cannot go up this way. You can kind of see one of the big funnels up there. And this is Boiler Room 6. Here we are on Britannic. We are on top of the wheelhouse, and right here is a compass. And the compass basically allowed for more precise navigation, especially in tight channels or during harbor maneuvers. Here we are, the big davits. And Britannic also had motorized lifeboats. You'll see it all the time on modern ships now. We are on the starboard bridge wing. When we come in here, we are in the wheelhouse. And during Britannic's operation, or Titanic or Olympic at sea, these areas would be dark, so that you could actually see better. There's a compass there. Of course, there's one back there. These davits were pretty cool too, because they could be used via this control panel to pick up the boats, to lower them, and to load them. They also had the traditional lifeboats like this one. This is an emergency boat. What we're looking at right here is the officers' quarters area. The Marconi room was in this location as well. Here we're coming to the first class entrance to the grand staircase, and also the gymnasium, which will be right there. Just kind of walking the decks. Here is another compass platform. The creators of this game have really done a banging job with this. I'm absolutely having the time of my life. Being a fan of these ships and a fan of their work, I can tell you this is absolutely one of the best games I've played. Let's walk down through here. More lifeboats, more davits. And of course on the stern, pretty much the same story. So let's go explore a little bit more. Here we are on the promenade deck, and I've got to do this. So we're going to take a stroll all the way down and back. I mean, why not? You have to, right? It's just one of those things. You kind of imagine people just walking down through here, just enjoying themselves. People lounging in the chairs. Come right out to the bow. So we are in the third class area. We'll go through these gates here. And I'm wondering if we can actually go inside. Can we do that? We're going to find our way around here. Oh, it looks like we can. There's an open door. Coming down these stairs here, you would come across the third class entrance. Unfortunately, it's roped off. We can go no further, but this is the way they would have went down and up to get around this area of the ship. But what can we do with these stairs? It's not too hard to find your way around. It's actually pretty easy. And here we are on the main stern of the ship. And honestly, that's a pretty cool looking view, even if you're third class. It's not really that bad of a view. So we're going to go up these stairs here. The big davits and the boats. They really tried to get this thing as safe as possible. And there is the docking bridge for the stern. Just in front of the wheel there is another compass, and then you have your telegraphs. And they could actually steer the ship if they had to from this location, but it was mainly used for docking the ship to make sure that everything was done right. And that is the stern of Britannic. So let's go look some more, shall we? Here we go, guys. Here she is. RMS Britannic in this light, and we are going to do a flyby. Just a beautiful ship. Never gets old for me, ever. Never gets old. She's a very, very pretty ship. Would have been nice if she'd never been in the war. And that's it. RMS Britannic, as she would have been as an ocean liner. As you see, she has the American flag flying at the front, at the bow mast. The reason why is because J.P. Morgan had actually bought the White Star Line and folded into the International Mercantile Marine, which was a trust that he made, called the IMM. But Bruce Ismay was the chairman of the company. We also have here the White Star Duster. To show she is a British ship. And I think that about covers it all. I don't think there's much more we can see. So I do thank you all for coming along with me on this. I also want to thank the creators of this game. As a fan, I want to thank them, and I think they did a really terrific job. I love the fact that games like this are coming around, these virtual museums, and I think it's just going to get better from here. I'm going to give the shout out to the developer, Vintage Digital Revival LLC, and I look forward to seeing a lot more of this, and as time goes on, I will show you a lot more as it becomes available. So with that, thank you all for coming with me on this voyage, and we will cover Britannic sinking in the next video. Alright, you guys have a wonderful, happy new year, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next one. With that, my friends, we have concluded our first video on this game. The next one will be the actual sinking of Britannic. I would like to give a shout out, credit, dues to Vintage Digital Revival LLC, the developers and publishers of this game. They did an extraordinary job, and I can't wait to see what else they add to make it even better. Again, I'm sold. It's a great game. I'm loving it, and I hope you guys do too. You can find it right now on Steam, and I would encourage you to do it and take the adventure of a lifetime. I want you to have a happy new year, and I want y'all to be safe. We'll see you later.